Brace yourself for a dive into the intense life of an intentionally homeless person. Get ready to learn about the gritty details of his hustle.
Because so many white guys have said they got robbed and ripped off. That's not gonna happen with me. Because when you come back next year, whatever, if you live in town especially, I'm gonna be the only one you're gonna fuck with.
And why he chooses to live where he lives.
What's the pros of being homeless here versus New Jersey?
One thing, the weather. Two, the expenses. Three,
we find out what the most stressful thing about being homeless is.
Where I'm at, I'm way down the other end of fucking town, man. Where I gotta push my shit all the way back 20 minutes to get back to where I'm at, to get all this shit. I'm wore out. I haven't slept enough because the shade fades too fast.
And just how far this man will go to get what he wants.
What I do is I cheat. What do you mean by that, Jersey?
You think of your mom?
Go. The minute I feel like I'm about to bust that.
We discover some of the complexities of these homeless hustles and just how dark they can get.
I'm what you call, I'm the type of shark that'll I'll spend a little here, give a little here, just like some of these homeless broads. I make sneaky investments. You need some butane for your turkey? Okay, yeah, baby. You need cigarettes? Yeah, there you go. You know, I'll do that kind of shit and loosen them up. And then if I feel at a certain point, it's time for me to cash in, then I'll tell them I ain't going no further with this.
Keep watching, because Jersey here is about to blow your dang mind. This story begins, we met this homeless man holding the door for us outside of a gas station. And he was coherent enough, it seemed like a good idea that we should talk to him. We invited him to come back to our hotel and do a little interview. So, here it is.
The homeless guy feeding a homeless guy right there.
Oh my God. Makes me kind of feel like giving him some cash, but then I don't want to be enabling.
I'm in tip-top physical condition. Like I said, I don't drink alcohol. I don't mess with the meth. I dance on Fremont Street on nerve bandage, feet and do you swing it because of my medical license. I do the damn thing.
Fuck yeah. What does the back of your hat mean? Or it says Hebrew?
Hebrew. I actually found this cap.
I just found it?
I found it. And you know what? It is very significant because of the fact that when they call blacks African American, we're not African American. That's not our culture. That's a categorized term from the system.
Is that a survival bag?
Yeah, absolutely. Got my hygiene in it, my razors, everything I need, deodorant, to stay at top-notch condition and hygiene appearance for the ladies. Well-groomed, as you can see. I just need a haircut. I got a reputation to uphold.
Where did you grow up?
I was born in New Brunswick, New Jersey, and I was raised in Piscataway, which is the next town over. New Brunswick was the closest hospital. I had a mom and a dad. They were business partners in business. I had two older brothers, and we didn't want for anything as children. If you ask any people from my neighborhood I grew up with, they'll say my family was rich. We weren't rich, we were well off. We had two houses, but we all have, how can I say, ties to the projects, the ghettos, relatives.
How did your dad pass?
My dad, I was 13 when he passed. He had cancer because he was a brick mason. He probably got asbestos in his lungs. But I came out here the first time in '89. My mom and uncle was there. And I was like 25, 26, having it pretty tough in Jersey on my own. Like I said, my dad had long passed. My older brothers were doing their thing, so I had no help. So my mom and uncle was out here, and I wanted to see the West Coast, see how it was. So I came out here, had a security background, of course. Started working in the hotels. I worked at the Stardust first for a couple of months, carrying a 357. I carried a Clint Eastwood, and it will blow your head clean off. One of those guns. Then
Hey,
after
you carried a gun and knew jujitsu?
yeah, I carried a gun when I was working at Stardust. This was years later. And so what happened was, when they laid me off, the garage called because it was about to open. And November of '89, we opened the Mirage. 2 weeks before they opened, we had a chain link fence around the place. Nobody could get on the property. And there were people saying they had rooms there and we weren't open yet. That's how we had to do security real tight.
What year did you get terminated?
96.
Why did you get terminated?
They terminated me for no call, no show. What happened was, we had a meeting with the higher ups, me and a couple other guys in security, because we weren't getting promoted and we had seniority. Now you're talking about 5 years later, and they're promoting people that had less experience, no experience. The department head was an ex-cop from New York, and he's flying all these buddies there with nepotism, they call that. Giving them jobs in the department over us, promoting them, and I'm getting pissed.
So you didn't show up and then they fired you because of that?
I basically kind of quit. So actually when they terminated me, they played right into my hands, because now I have the EEOC, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. I'm waiting. I had the Mirage before that blazing with paperwork when they blackballed me from working all these casinos. And I sued them. 3 years later, I got my decision. 5 years later, I got $62,000. And I had to sign a waiver saying I would never work for the Mirage Incorporated again.
So after you quit the Mirage, where'd you go?
I went to a private security company. Just basically private security around the valley, like I worked at mini marts, I worked at construction sites.
Did you ever catch any construction thieves?
Nah.
What did you do after that?
Then, after about 2 years of that, I went back to Jersey. I had enough of Vegas. And that's when
That when you
I
got
got
married?
married. Got in church, got married. That was all behind me. So when I got my lawsuit money, I was
Hold
with
on,
my
hold
wife
on. Where did you meet your wife at?
in New Jersey when I went back to the
You went
church.
back? Seen her at church?
I went to church. I couldn't figure out why this was happening to me. I've been a law-abiding citizen all my life. I had commendations from the Mirage department head saying what a great officer I was. Letters from tourists that I escorted. They said, we can't wait. Next year we're on vacation to see Roger, that's my name. That's my real name. I usually don't give that out. I had a letter in my file from tourists. And you mean to tell me I can't get promoted? Unbelievable. I wasn't a company man. I wasn't a yes man. I found that out later. I didn't know that about Vegas. I never knew that. Didn't learn that till years later. Gotta be a yes man. Yes, sir. Oh, how you doing, sir? Kiss ass, basically. I didn't do that. What I did obviously wasn't enough on paper for the Mirage Security Department to promote me. And I've been angry ever since. But I'm gonna tell you when I got my revenge. Remember when COVID hit?
Huh?
All right. I was out here. And you guys don't know the pleasure I had riding that bus up and down the strip and seeing the Mirage doors padlocked and chained. You're not making a damn dime now, huh? God said, vengeance is mine. That's what he means. And I got to live to see the Mirage shut down. Now it's being tore down.
So, after you went to Jersey, you got married, okay?
Mm-hmm. In the church. I joined the church.
What church is it? Okay, so you joined the church, you got married.
Mm-hmm.
Good woman.
Totally different life. Now, and my wife, 8 years older than me. And she had a daughter already, so I became a stepdad, which I had been before when I lived with my girlfriend at housekeeping in the Mirage. I did live with a woman, and I was dating at the Mirage. And that lasted about, the relationship was over 2.5 years. To live together, that didn't last for 6 months. And she had 3 children. So I've been a stepdad, so that was my problem. But I got sick of the whole thing with the church, this, her loyalty, dedication to the church, and not me. And then she got to go to North Carolina every time a relative gets sick and leave me by myself. And I got sick of all that. So then when I got my lawsuit money, that's when I flipped. I started going back out at night. I started partying again, fucking with women again. I was a good guy for 2 years. I went nowhere but church, work, the supermarket, and home. For 2 years. Didn't go out, didn't party, didn't smoke cigarettes, didn't get high, none of that. Straight laced for 2 years. So then when I got my lawsuit money, I was at the point where, excuse me, enough is enough. I said, now I'm gonna let her see how this feels. And she didn't like it. Now you're gonna know how it feels. I'm gonna turn the tables on this. I put money in it, I took care of her though, don't get me wrong, through all of this. She had suspicions that I was out there monkeying around, but she could never prove it. I wasn't reckless, just like I am now. I'm never reckless with anything I do. I didn't leave phone numbers hanging around. They didn't have cell phones that you just look in and find somebody's number. You know, she looked in my wallet, all kind of shit. I had women's numbers in the trunk of my car.
So she had a reason to be suspicious, but it wasn't through evidence.
Exactly.
So you was, but you was fucking around, right?
Yeah, she had a great reason to be suspicious because I was staying out all night. I said, fuck this. I went one up on her. I stayed out all night. And there's a bar that they were all women barmaids. And you can buy them a drink. They can come sit next to you while they're working and drink next to you. And I'm in this motherfucker. I got money, suits on and shit. I'm the cleanest brother in there. It was mostly, you know, Dominicans or whatever. A couple brothers were coming out of there, sisters were coming out of there. But I became a mainstay in this fucking, this was my spot. I'd tip my zipper down and I'd had the fucking bitch jerking me off right into the bar. You know, slipper $10 or whatever. I'm snorting cocaine then, I wasn't smoking that. And man, I'm telling you, I was partying my ass off. I was tearing them women up in that motherfucker, man. I'm telling you, they were fine. They got drunk. I couldn't get them when they got off work though. 'Cause 3 o'clock they'd get in the taxi and go home with them. But 2 of them did invite me to a hot dog party. And the only reason I didn't go is because, yeah, I've been up all night fucking snorting cocaine and shit. You know, I didn't want to be that fucking bad to my wife and then go stay out all morning. You know, but I called her from a motel room and I had this school teacher and I invested in that pussy because I got her a room. She's out in the street. I put her in a motel room and I didn't get my dick sucked or nothing. I'm the type of shark that'll I'll spend a little here, give a little here, just like some of these homeless broads. I make sneaky investments. You need some butane for your turkey? Okay, yeah, baby. You need cigarettes? Yeah, there you go. You know, I'll do that kind of shit and loosen them up. And then if I feel at a certain point it's time for me to cash in, then I'll tell them I ain't going no further with this. Now, just like if I'm smoking with one, I'll get her high so long and she ain't helping me hustle. She's just laying in my bed while I go do all the fucking work. And I keep coming back, bringing and supplying everything. At some point, I'm gonna say, hey, I need something now. It's time for me to cash out. I'll put it right to him. Like Isaac Hayes said, 72, a man will be a man. You want a male girlfriend, get a gay guy. He don't want what you got, all right? He ain't gotta worry, he wants what I got. You ain't gotta worry about him. I said, I'm not bringing you here to fucking stare at you, look at you. I'll be straight up with him about that. They're gonna be straight up with you. Be straight up with them. Be a man, don't be a coward.
So after you got married, you came back out here, and COVID, well, you said you got married in 96. What happened between 96 and 2020?
I got married. I left here in 96.
Oh.
No, I'm sorry. I got terminated from Raj in 96. I left here in 98. Went back to Jersey. Got married in 98. And when I came back, it was 2005. The second time. The third time I came back was 2017. And COVID was like around 2020, something like that.
Uh-huh.
I was out here when COVID hit that time. Now.
What was you doing for work during COVID?
I wasn't working for nobody.
When was the last job you've had?
On paper, the last time I worked was 2006, 07, somewhere around there. And I did security for some company out here. But that's the last time I worked, on paper. Usually what I do now is I do odd jobs like with mechanics, stuff like that. I work with a mechanic part-time. Well, when it needs me. But other than that, I have what you call multiple hustles. I'll go down Fremont Street, like I said, on the weekends. I'll go down there and dance. And, you know, sometimes people will come up to me. Hey, man, you know where I can get such and such. And then I'll cut my hustle off right there. Now I got a mark, what we call a mark, a lick. Like you guys will be considered a mark. Like I would say, I can get you what you need. Now, where we're going, I got to take you somewhere to get it, like girls or dope or whatever. I said, I'll tell you this, I'll prep you. I said, don't pull any money out until I tell you. Don't make no eye contact with nobody. I don't give a shit whether anybody asks you for a cigarette. You don't fucking look at them. Don't reach in your pocket to give them one, a beer or whatever. Let me be your eyes and your mouth, because I know where we're going. You don't. Because so many white guys have said they got robbed and ripped off. That's not gonna happen with me. Because when you come back next year, whenever, if you live in town especially, I'm gonna be the only one you're gonna fuck with. Because you know nobody's gonna rob you, and you know I'm not gonna rob you. I got a white guy right now in my area. I get him crystal meth, because they've been ripped off and shit. And I tell people, I said, don't ever. You don't fuck anybody. The Mexicans, the white guys. I said, because they got fucking money, they'll fucking take care of your black ass. Don't fuck them. You're cutting your own fucking throat when you fuck them. They got access to money, they got money, they always got access to money.
So why are they cutting their throat if they,
You know what it is? Same thing with women. You know, they, in other words, they'll do this. They'll cut their throat antsy. Just like a old white guy told me this years ago, and it makes sense. He's fucking smart. He said, why, if you're gonna burn me, don't burn me at fucking $20, $10. Wait at least till I trust you enough to give you thousands, then you burn me. That makes sense. You know, you're gonna burn somebody. Why
Yeah,
you gonna fucking burn for $5
Yeah.
or a hit? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's what they do. That's what they do. They rather burn you for a fucking hit. And you know what? This one guy, Mexican guy, he's looking for this one black chick, and I know her. He said, man, you seen the girl, Sherry? Yeah, I know who she is. He said, man, she beat me for $40. I was gonna go to the bank and get 400. You dumbass bitch, you. I'd have kept that motherfucker. He'd have spent thousands with me. Cause I'd have never burned him. Then he'd spend more thousands. Cause I'd have never burned him. Then he'd spend hundreds of thousands with me. Cause I'd have never burned him. Stupid. You know, they cut their throats for the small lick and they don't get to the big one. You gotta be patient in this world. Like I tell people, I said I'm patient when I'm at them doors. You saw me at hustling and paneling, asking for, like I asked you guys for change. That's one of my hustles. You
Yeah,
know? I'm patient. If you're not confident you're gonna get it, don't go out there. Sometime I'll get it lightning fast. Like let's say y'all would've came and I'd just got there and you threw me $20. I can go now. That's all I need to get me some blowjob and some crack. That's all I need. You know, I'm needy, not greedy. That's all I need. I'll take a break, fuck around, and I'll come back and hit the doors again. It's like a rotation I have. It's like a repetition I got. Like a routine. Excuse me. And it keeps me busy. Keeps me out of trouble.
so, where do you live?
Right in that area. Where that
You don't,
terrible herbs is. Down the street.
you don't have a house?
No, I'm what you call considered homeless, but I'm not homeless in my mind.
I'm wondering because it sounds like you really do enjoy your life. It sounds like.
Absolutely. I
Okay.
make it good for me.
Okay, you choose this life over the church life.
And all of that. Because of the fact that all that's phony.
That way of living somewhat elevates your lifestyle. I mean, even whether you believe in God or not, basically applying those rules to your life, there's a lot of benefits to your life. So I'm wondering, like, right now you have a big variety of women you can go and hang out with, but there's also a structure over here where you can't do that, and I'm
Right.
wondering, where are you more happy? Where do you feel
Okay.
more fulfilled?
I'm going to break this down and show you exactly where I'm at from that to this. I still have the spiritual values, and I keep those. Like I tell people, you know, a lot of the customers at Chevron or somewhere where we're at, I tell them, I said, God's been good to me. I said, He's not going to judge you for your faults. He knew your faults before you were born. So He's not going to judge you for your faults. What He's going to judge you for is, are you trying to serve Him the best you can through this wicked flesh that sins? And I tell people, I said, the flesh is, everybody has a vice. Man is the only one. Let's say, for example, man is categorized as sin. Let's say you're a murderer, you're a robber, and I'm a whoremonger. None of these sins are worse than the other compared. Well, God sees it all as the same. He doesn't see him worse or you worse or me worse. He sees it all as sin. It's all iniquity. And God said He doesn't dwell in buildings made by the hand of man. So I was definitely done with these buildings, religion's nothing but a moneymaker. That's all it is. He don't dwell in buildings made by the hands of man. You can't do it for money when they're talking about the tithes and the offerings and all that. I read, just like I read security laws and laws in America. I read the Bible, and it would not find anywhere where God commanded anybody to give him money. That's a lie. But they use that to scare people. Oh, you're gonna go to hell. You know, there's no such thing as hell. Another lie. The Roman Catholic Church depicted all of this crap. There's no Jesus Christ. There is none. That picture you see, his name is Caesar Borgia. Look it up, he's a European. There's no Virgin Mary. What do you mean? Think about this. God made order and structure. He made the man, he made the woman for the man to have children and multiply. He said, be fruitful and multiply. What the, excuse my friend, what the fuck would he need a virgin to put a baby in for when he got all these dicks around here that he created to put babies in women? That doesn't make any sense. That's a lie. That's a lie. He put everything in structure in motion that what you see now, he didn't change anything. The sky, the moon, the birds, the air, the water, everything, the oxygen we breathe, everything's already structured. There is no changes, no additions, no subtractions. That's bullshit. Jesus Christ, Virgin Mary, all that's bullshit. I learned for myself. It isn't what religion teaches, what you learn for yourself. And I'm much freer now because I'm not bonded by a wife and going along to get along like she did. I didn't go along. I didn't get along with church members. I went off on them. They disrespected me.
Would you prefer no partnership in this life than having a partnership?
The partnership I have is eternal with God. Just like Houdini said.
I'm talking about
Like
a female partner in this life.
He said, I like many ladies in my day, but just like the wind, they've all blown away. That's where.
Okay, that's good.
You get that?
That's good.
First, you got to be loyal to my God. Then I won't have to worry about her. My
And-
wife wasn't loyal to God. She was loyal to the church.
Who is your God?
I absolutely believe there's got to be. There's nothing created without a creator. Nothing just happened. This hotel room, the truck you guys drive, somebody created it. It didn't just happen and pop up.
If it's not Jesus Christ or
There's no such thing as Jesus Christ. God don't need any help. First,
so it's just a God, a higher power.
it's a higher power.
Okay.
It's the sovereign creator of the universe. He created it by himself, for himself. He didn't need any help. All of the stuff you hear from religion is hogwash. It's a moneymaker. You know, all of this stuff is depicted. Yeah, I understand what they say. The Bible's been translated. There's lost books. There's apocryphal. Yeah, I know all of that. But God has given you more than enough to live on this planet, to respect your fellow man, respect your neighbor, love one another, get along without destroying you and them. He's given us more than enough. No excuses.
Okay, so we're gonna touch on a few bases just because of the unique lifestyle you live.
All right.
Okay, so for the first 40 years of your life, you basically were employed. You worked for Mirage. You met a lot of celebrities. Any big dogs? Any big dogs?
Everybody that you see on television, in the film industry, music industry, where et cetera, have come through the Mirage at some point.
Okay, so you've
Athletes.
seen all these guys.
Yeah.
You moved back to New Jersey. When you got your $60,000 settlement from Mirage, was you buying drugs at that point?
Oh, hell yeah.
Was there,
I was back in the flesh. That's what I said. I was back doing what I was doing. After 2 years, that wore off when I got that money.
you got that money, how long did the money last?
About 10 months, from January to November.
What was you buying?
I put $7,000 in my wife's bank account. She wanted another apartment. All right,
Why'd you want, was she moving out?
a better apartment. So we moved, yeah. We moved. And I didn't even pick the apartment. I didn't even see the apartment. I just go pick it out. This apartment, I'm telling you what made the money go so fast. We got an apartment with a balcony. This apartment was in the suburban Jersey. Matter of fact, it was right next to my old neighborhood where I grew up. Edison, another town next door. $1,400 a month.
Back then? That's expensive.
That money went no time. Like she oh yeah, I'll get another job. I just want this one. I know it's expensive, blah, blah, blah. And then, the money runs out. They think the money's gonna last forever. It's not gonna last forever. So then when we got our tax settlement, she had a girlfriend, her sister, my sister-in-law, move her out and left me in the apartment. I got kicked out. I was in the street then.
What was you doing to relieve life stress?
Like I said, for 15 years I didn't smoke no crack, none. I was working the garage, 90. I opened in 89, 90. That first year I quit, 2005. During this time I went back to church and came back here. Still hadn't smoked no crack. But I was dealing with these women now that smoke, so I would cook it up for them. I know how to cook the shit. And then I was just snorting it. When I come home from work, on my dates, I snort it and let them smoke it, whatever. They get down on me. So then as time went on, I got tired of trying to find the powder. It's just expensive. And all the girls I fucked with smoked the crack, so it was easier for me to get that. Then I started smoking again. After 15 years, and I've been smoking ever since.
So the wife kicked you out, and
She left me.
okay, you was
We separated twice.
okay.
Second time we separated, I left her. And I went back to Vegas.
So after you were staying out all night, and then she kicked you out, you started getting onto drugs, and then you moved to Vegas. And at that point, you was homeless? When you came to Vegas, where'd you go?
I was homeless when I came back to Vegas the second time in 2005. I was sleeping in a park, right across the street from where I used to live at. I had an apartment right across the street.
Why did you decide to come out to Vegas?
Well, because I came back to Vegas and I knew it would be the best thing for me being homeless is to be homeless out here. So I came, plus, I still got...
What's the pros of being homeless here versus New Jersey?
One thing, the weather. Two, the expenses. Three, it's just so much more you can do being homeless out here. Just like what I do, I hustle. It's a 24-hour town. So I ain't got everything Jersey's 9 to 5. Shit closes at 5 o'clock. And even then, what you gonna do?
There's also the option of getting a job, a regular job, and that weren't on the table?
No.
You're just gonna...
Because I said I wasn't working for the system no more. I was done with it. From 2006 all the way through. No, I said I'm not working for the system no more.
So, essentially, it is well worth the cost trade-off to be homeless and live on the street
Right.
and hustle versus pay your taxes and have to get a job, etc.
Yeah, you know why?
You
Because of the stress was killing me. Trying to worry about this and losing that. I can't put myself through that no more. Especially at this age.
do you have any stressful days being homeless?
Yeah. You know what it is? The stressful days I have is when the police fuck with us. That's the stressful days I have.
What do they do?
When they make us move. Or give me a citation for trespassing and I got a warrant to go to court and I missed my court date. The cops came 6 o'clock this damn morning and said, "You're under no trespass." I'm on the wall, which I knew.
Is there any benefits being in jail versus homeless? Because then you have free food and you don't have to worry about anything.
The part
a bed,
about it is no.
a clean bed and everything?
No. Because I can't hustle in jail. I can't get myself what I want, when I want. I can't play by my own rules in jail.
What is it that you
I
want?
can't have all the fucking women I want to fuck around with in jail. No. The homeless shit is way better than the jail because at least you're free.
Are you worried?
You can get unhomeless when you're not in jail. In jail you can't.
Are you worried about any diseases
No.
being promiscuous?
No.
No?
Because I'm not having sex with them.
Is
No.
Your hand job?
No, blowjob.
Just blowjobs?
Yeah.
And you can't get STDs doing blowjobs?
And now if I gotta use a condom, I don't need to do it. So I've got certain women locked down that I know I can get down with, and I ain't gotta worry about catching shit. Dude, I've had a young white girl punk out. She gave me the money back and the fucking dope back, said I can't do this. She couldn't give me hard, but she didn't fucking listen.
What did you tell her to do?
She gave me the money back.
She gave
What
you
tricks did
everything?
you know give you the money back
What
and
did
the
you
dope
tell her
back
to do?
and walk out and say I can't do this?
What did you say?
This motherfucker is a monster when I'm smoking. I'm not talking about the size. I'm talking about the appetite. And I tell women, you better know what the fuck you're doing with this motherfucker, because it will pump you out and make you quit.
What
You
is-
give
what
up.
is
You leave
it?
the fucking dope. You leave the room. You leave the money. You leave everything. The dick, everything.
Your husband?
I'm telling you, man. I have punked them out like that. I tell them, if you listen to me, don't listen to your ego. Oh, I know what I do. I know what to do. Shut up. Just the same thing when I was in L.A. Skid Row. I'll have you coming. I'm gonna have you skeeting all over the wall talking shit. Within 10 minutes, this fucking broad is huffing and puffing like she's running a fucking Olympics because she didn't listen. And she's getting out the room, leaving all the
Hey, what did you tell her to do?
I told her, I said, go slow.
Go slow.
It's not a race. They're all hyped up off that shit, man. They get all tense and tight and,
They
and
want to
fast
show
and shit. They're all unnerved. The cocaine got them fucking racing, and it's hard to slow these bitches down, man. You can tell, look, go slow, slow, slow. They're on this motherfucker like gassing and shit. It's not gonna do it. You can lead up to that
Okay,
point.
so you gotta go slow.
You gotta go slow. And you know what else? What I do? To make it extend longer without busting that nut, what I do is I cheat. What do you mean by that, Jersey?
You think of your mom?
Go. The minute I feel like I'm about to bust that nut, I'll do this motherfucker right here. I'll do this right here. Where the fuck I put it? And I tell them, and that's why I don't want to hit that motherfucker first. The minute I'm ready to come, here it is. The minute I'm ready to come, I hit this motherfucker.
Weed?
And it, no,
No, that's a,
Oh, that's a-
glass.
What is in
it's
there?
a crack pipe.
The crack pipe?
This is my crack pipe. I'll hit this motherfucker, and the minute I hit it, that motherfucker will go back in there. It won't come out. It won't come out.
It's the same
Now
as
you
speaking
gotta
about
work
your
longer. You're not cheating me, bitch.
What do you put in that pipe?
This is a crack pipe.
I know, but is that methamphetamine you put in there?
No.
What
This
do you
is a crack.
Crack.
Nothing
I know,
but
crack.
crack goes
What do
in
you put in there? Just cocaine?
Crack. Rocked up crack.
So it's cocaine. Cocaine.
Yes, cocaine, yeah. But that fucking cocaine, I tell these women, I said, I get horny as a motherfucker when I smoke this shit. I said, but you wouldn't know it unless I told you. Because I'm controlled. I'm a slippery, sneaky snake, I've told you. They would never know. But after so long, then I'll tell them. And I'll tell them what I expect. I'm not going to keep giving you my fucking dope. There's a payout I want at the end of this shit. I'm not giving this shit to you because you look good. I'm not giving this shit because I want you to be a photo shoot next to me and all that bullshit. You want a male girlfriend, get a gay guy. I'm not him. I want something at some point for my payoff. I said, I got to stand, dance on Fremont Street, degrade myself, hum myself, holding fucking doors to Chevron 7-Eleven to get this fucking shit, to get you high. And I don't deserve nothing. Nothing? Really? Because here's the thing. Outside, it's kind of hard because, you got to have like a tent and shit. They're not really comfortable just fucking you out in open airspace, and you can't blame them. But you got to have a tent. You got to have something to take them in. I mean, I had a tent when I got pussy the last time. I had a tent. A young girl, 20 years younger than me, gave me the pussy in my tent. But it was in a tent. It wasn't outside. So it's kind of hard right now for me to do all that. And I'm not going to nobody's house to do that shit.
Do you have a cell phone?
No. I need a phone bad.
How do you get hold of your associates?
On the street.
You
On the street is where we meet.
old fashioned.
On the street is
Well,
where
these
we meet.
guys
I've
might
had
be
phones.
one up on some of us.
Definitely.
Don't get me wrong, I've had phones, I need another one, but I can't find anywhere that's giving them out. I got a phone that need to be unlocked, and it needs a SIM card. I got a phone.
Okay, what is your most valuable life lesson you could ever share with anyone?
I would have to say the best thing you could do on this planet while you're alive is be patient. Whatever it is, you've got to have patience. If you've got patience, you'll outlast this fucking world, because this world's on an express freeway to destruction.
What do you sleep on at night? Do you have a nice
I got a
mattress?
bed. I got a bed. I find shit, I find a soft bed. Sometimes people leave, not a bed like this, but it would be like the top half of it.
Yeah, like a
A
mattress.
mattress?
Like a mattress part, yeah.
And then you put it, where do you put it so
I
no
put it
one will
wherever
steal it?
I choose to lay my head at.
Okay, where do you, and your
And
clothes?
I
You
got
have
a card,
clothes.
a shopping cart. I put it on. I can wheel it. I can move anywhere I want.
Okay, so you don't, do you have a wallet?
A what?
A wallet.
No.
So you have nothing on you?
No.
Other than whatever's in your bag? And
then
so you can basically freely move wherever you want?
Yeah, and I don't get no mail. Why would I need mail? Because I don't get no bills. I don't get no check. What would I need mail for?
So you would so most certainly trade this life for the other life of bills and...
Yeah, I'm what they call destitute. That's what they call being destitute, when you have nothing. But I got freedom. And I can function better this way because of the fact that now I'm 62, like I said, all I gotta do is just go apply my disability and I'll go get my money and all that stuff. Be off the street.
Do you have any thoughts when you're asking for money and people don't give you money? Do you collect a belief on fuck those guys? Or, I mean, do you have, what are your thoughts?
I'm gonna tell you what my thoughts are, and it depends.
Because this is kind of weird, because coming from me, I see someone homeless.
Right.
And immediately I feel engaged, like, fucking these guys need help.
Right.
Okay, so I feel like contributing to them.
But the majority of these people on this planet don't feel that way. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because so many of them are locked in to this material, financial bullshit, and especially black people. These fucking people, man, they don't, they need a wake-up call in America, and I tell them to their face, black people need a wake-up call in America. I said, you got all of this shit, everything's good, going good right now, but motherfucker could be you tomorrow. It's me today. Don't fucking look down on me and scoff at me.
Okay, but listen,
I tell them,
listen.
And we've got a problem with on our race with this material financial shit.
I don't give a shit.
Let him talk.
But I'm telling you a reality of something that I'm dealing with. You ask me how do I feel, I'm telling you. Mainly with them. It's always the whites or the check him, and he said he didn't have it. He comes in the store, and you know what I see? Him at the register pulling fucking money out. That's what pisses me off. God damn it, be a man, don't lie about it. Just say, man, I'm not giving you anything. Which some have said, I don't give people money. Okay, I respect that. You told me the truth. But these fucking people lie to your face, man, and have money out the yin yang, cash. Some come right from the ATM, I ain't got it. And then they say, oh, I ain't got but 20s, I ain't got but 100s. And I tell them, I take paper too. There's people have given me 20s and 100s, not at these stores. Down Fremont.
Well, when the police try to chase you off, where do you always have somewhere you can park that the cops don't show up?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I got spots I go to where I don't have to bother with them at all, but they're too fucking far away from everything I need. Like the mission, like I showed y'all, there's water you need. There's 100-something degrees outside, you need water. Where I'm at, I'm way down the other end of fucking town, man, where I gotta push my shit all the way back 20 minutes to get back to where I'm at, to get all this shit, and I'm fucking wore out. I haven't slept enough because the shade fades too fast where I'm at. Just to avoid the police, I gotta go through all this shit. I'm dehydrated, and I gotta get my ass up when I'm tired, sleepy, and walk all the way back down to where I used to be at, just to get some water or food, and go panhandle at the store.
What do you eat on an average day? What do you eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
They have people that come around and serve. Like Sunday, 7 o'clock in the morning, they have a soup and crackers preacher here, bring hot soup, crackers, brownies, lemonade, tea. Monday, we have 3 different groups, that's when you eat the best, that come around after 3 o'clock. Some Asians come, they bring Burger King, burritos. Then you got another group that'll come bring something. Then late at night, like 7 o'clock that night, a third group will come. So Monday night, you should have your shit loaded with fucking food. Tuesday and Wednesday, there's a church called Second Baptist over here on the west side. But they're done until September. They take a 2-month vacation. So it's kind of tough Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Now Thursday, you got the Catholic workers that come Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 7 o'clock in the morning. Bring your mac and cheese, Thursday, and then Friday they bring you chicken rice, and Saturday you'll get chili mac. Second Saturday of the month they'll give you pancakes. It's the pancake breakfast, second Saturday of the month. You don't want to miss that. They give you pancakes, eggs, sausage, and all that, coffee, all that shit. And then Sunday, That's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then Sunday, again, shooting crackers, preacher starts all over. It's a routine, it's a repetition. And then sometime at night in the evening, people bring food around on their own. They don't have a time schedule when you can catch them. They come whenever they want to come. Drop you off pizza or whatever they may drop you off. So you're going to eat in Vegas. Vegas you're going to eat. You don't eat in Vegas, it's because you don't want to. When you know these places, you can get your ass up. And it burns me up. A grown man asked me for fucking water. Goddamn it, I did the footwork to go get it. You get it yourself. I'll give it to my women. All right, lads, let's wrap it up. Let's get out of here. We're done.
Roger's quite the fella. Leave a comment, tell me what you think about Roger and his philosophy of life, and maybe tell me what you think about this kind of video as well. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.